Just waiting for a few of you guys to come on. Whilst I'm just taking my little daily walk, allowing my little daily thoughts to come out. This is actually really new for me because I'm usually the one that's cooped up at home. I'm usually the one that's I'm usually working at home. If I'm not working, I'm doing something or looking after Baba. So I hardly get to get out. But because I've not been working the last 2 months and just been taking my little break, I get the opportunity to just try something new. And it's kind of the theme of this video that I'm going to be doing today, because the universe is funny and it likes to play games. And I'm not trying to be laughing right now. Well, to be honest, I am laughing because it's just confirming the message. Sit the fuck down. Yeah, just chill the fuck out. Whenever we get into these positions to where we're fearful of what's taking place, again linking into, if you guys haven't looked at my previous videos, especially the reading that I did yesterday on my YouTube channel, and my lip gloss is all over the place, please go check it out, because it was a very, 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 very relevant message, I feel, for the collective. I did do that reading for myself, but I felt it was definitely a collective message that needed to be shared. But one of the things that's really come and confirmed to me today is how magnetic this energy is, this new moon in Cancer is. It's extremely magnetic. And if you were in my live yesterday when I was doing the reading, I was talking about how essential it is to pay attention to the state of your mind, the state of your cup right now. Because water, emotions, is an amplifier, right? Whenever your emotions add and fuels to something, it becomes harder to deal with something because, you know, is that a cemetery? No, it's a church. It's harder to deal with that. I'm literally just trying to get lost right now. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just taking a random walk. But yeah, really pay attention to what's in your cup, whether it's negative, whether it's positive. It's essential to know what's happening, because whatever is inside your cup, you are innately manifesting. And the reason why I say this is sometimes when we're in a really emotional place and we're going through really intensive shifts, we find ourselves on this emotional downward spiral. Oh my gosh, this has happened now. Oh my gosh, this is going to happen. And then we start prophesying our nightmares. How many of you have been prophesying your nightmares? Me included. I've been doing that for a very long time, until I started to just pay attention and be like, yo, girl, change the script, change the record. And the problem is that we're trying to work shit out in our minds. The mind can't work this out because this is a heart game. When it comes to anything to do with your emotions and how you feel and fulfillment, that shit isn't your head, that's your heart. So we're trying to deal with heart issues with the mind, and that's why we're finding frustration, because what our mind is telling us to do and what ends up happening is two completely different things. So the heart and the mind is in battle right now. But right now there doesn't even need to be a battle. Right now we just need to relinquish all control. Just let go. Let go of everything you think you know about what you can do to get yourself out. Because usually they are based on functioning mechanisms that we've created that usually are quite unhealthy because they're not developed. They're developed out of a state of where we feel we need to protect ourselves. So it's not, those functioning mechanisms are not really founded in a healthy place. So the message I was getting today is literally just let go. Because when you let go, like the last few days, I'll be honest, I've been in a very shitty, I'm gonna stick myself up, I'm just gonna be cold, right? I ain't gonna talk to no one better talk to me, can't I bust their head? That's the type of vibe I've been on, right? Internally still processing a lot, but then there's still that other side where it's like, I want to bust someone's head. People don't know who I am. They're going to learn today. Right? All of that shit. But again, that's the conflict within myself, because that I'm going to kill it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, right? Like, that's just me trying to protect myself because I don't feel protected. And this is where being able to really acknowledge your vulnerabilities and your insecurities really plays key in whatever you're doing in terms of your self-development. Because if you can't see yourself doing these things in the moment, it doesn't mean anything. Like, this is the real life test. And it's funny because it's like, I was speaking to my friend yesterday and it was like, yeah, so, you know, you've been building up your tools and now it's time to fight the big boss now. Like, now you got to integrate all this shit into everything you've learned. And it's frustrating because it's like, you feel like you've been doing that your whole life, but that's how life is. Life is just continually going like that. Like, life is a continual experience of tests. And these tests are not... We need to change our perspective to these tests. The test is not to destroy, to kill, to tear down, to crumble you. It's to push you out of your comfort zone. And we have to really evaluate this whole thing of comfort zones, because if you listened back to my video yesterday on the new moon in Cancer, and I was talking about hoarding, the hoarding of traumas and experiences. We're trying to clutch on to what we know is familiar, but what we know is familiar is something we're actually trying to disconnect and detach from. We're trying to create something that's unfamiliar. Most of us, I wouldn't even say most of us, some of us have come from quite troubled upbringings, not being able to connect with your family. I know me, myself, I don't really have that motherly, fatherly connection with my family. So then here's me trying to create a family without any reference point of what a family is supposed to be. But this is the key, because and especially my Pluto and Scorpio generation right now, we were here not to clutch onto the familiar. We were here to change the whole thing. We were here to transform the whole thing. That means no rules, right? We do shit our own way. Has anyone seen the orbit of Pluto? Pluto does its own shit. It crosses into everyone. It goes out wide, it's on its own shit. It doesn't do what everyone else wants to do, because it's following the path of the soul. Pluto is the path of the soul, right? It's what the soul yearns for. The soul's like, this doesn't make sense. Like, this is not what I came here for. No, fuck. You're gonna align today, right? You're gonna align today. That's Pluto energy. I'm telling you, my heart chakra is really just doing bits right now. And my chest. A lot of people have been talking about not feeling like they can breathe. And it's quite interesting because now I'm starting to have problems with this chest thing. And I'm thinking maybe again, is that a connection to the heart? Is it really a heart thing? Even the girl who passed away, the YouTuber, she was complaining of chest pains and then had a heart attack. And I feel like that's very key right now, because we have to, this is another reason why we have to pay attention, because that is sometimes in fact the stress, there's studies that's been done on this already in terms of anxiety in the heart and panic. There's a book called False Alarm, something Siegel, I think it's Sergio Siegel or something like that, but that goes into even the pandemics and the truth about pandemics and why they really happen, and why they're just here to create panic, and that in itself can cause people to die, because fear is a killer. Your heart stops, that's it, right? Fight or flight. And a lot of us are going to have to learn how to manage that impulse in this time, especially where everything is just highly charged. And this is the true test. This is really the true test. And it's I almost feel like, even as I'm walking this walk, I literally just saw a vision of I Am Legend, just walking by yourself. That's what it's going to feel like after these next few months. Because it's heartbreaking, because some people are not going to make it, and it's not because they're not strong enough. It's because they choose to stay comfortable in something they don't want to be comfortable in. And this is where we have to be making real life choices with ourselves. What way do you want to how do you want your life to go? What do you really want to create? Because I saw this quote as well, I can't remember who said it, but it was like, the earth has not been created, or the universe is not created, it's creating. So sometimes we identify our experience as a created experience, like we don't have any hand or any say in what can potentially take place. We're creating, we're co-creators. There isn't just a creator and you have to now be dictated to the experience. What are you going to do with it? How do you alchemize the situations that you're being given? Do you just take it? Do you just hope for a better day? Do you just hope it will just resolve itself by itself without actually doing anything to help the situation? What are you going to do? What are you doing? You're a creator too. We just don't use our creativity or our magic. And that's what I was talking about yesterday in my reading. Please, I urge you guys to check back the reading that I did yesterday. Let me walk back this way. Oh gosh, I don't even know where I am right now, and I need to make sure I still got battery life on my phone to find myself back home. But I just thought, let me just get myself lost, have a little walk, have some exercise, and have a little talk. But yeah, I just wanted to run that off as I was just walking and thinking and just processing some of the events that have been taking place over the last few days. Like, we can make things so much easier for ourselves if we just allow ourselves to acknowledge our own power and our own hand in our experiences. Like, don't settle for what you see in front of you. Do not settle. I was talking about, even in the video, how I saw myself on different dimensions, being healed, living the life that I've dreamed of all my whole life. That's happening on a timeline. Now I need to find out how to make that this timeline, because I always say, dreams are not a figment of your imagination. It's like a reminder. Like, listen, this is where we still gotta go. This is where we still got to go. But we need to be able to distinguish what is the ideal and what is the dream. What is the idol and what is the dream. And sometimes we create idols to deflect from the dream because it's too hard to get the dream. And then we hold on to these idols and get frustrated when it doesn't play out the way that we expected it to play out. Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say that. Let me know your thoughts below. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. I may go online a bit later. I'm feeling a bit chatty now. My Gemini is being awakened. I feeling I'm getting ready to speak again. So I'm just going to allow myself to flow when I feel led to flow. I'm not going to force anything. But make sure you're subscribed over to my True Self Project page and on YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the other side.